Everybody, it's Jonathan Paul. Today I've got a few updates about travel within Thailand, as well as a new travel requirement for entry into Thailand, as well as talks about a possible vaccine vacation in Thailand. It's another day on Earth. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Paul. Some know me as an international contemporary artist, but really, I'm just one of everyone, simply enjoying another day on Earth.
So first up, I'd like to thank you, all 1,000 of you, my new subscribers. I just got 1,000 subscribers a few minutes ago, and I have to say I'm quite excited about this. Wasn't expecting it. You know, I started this vlog about 6 weeks ago just to document my travels, and the more I've been doing it, the more active you guys have been in the comment section, which has pushed me to want to do this even more. So I'm grateful to you, and I look forward to providing you some cool videos and some great content about my travels here in Thailand, and I hope you continue to enjoy it as much as I do making them. Okay, so here we go. It seems that the changes are happening very fast within the government as they continue to try to contain the virus spread. This last weekend I flew to Chiang Mai, and while travel is still open between Bangkok and Chiang Mai, I did have to download many health applications that were required of me at the airports. Now once I got to the Suvarnabhumi airport, I had to download an app called Thaichana, which is a tracing app that requires you to scan QR codes that will track your travels everywhere in Thailand. When you enter restaurants, malls, 7-Eleven, basically every building that you enter. Now this app was made by the Krung Thai Bank, which is a little strange, but Apple confirms that they do not collect any of the information on your phone. The second app that we were required to download was called Morchana. Morchana is a COVID tracing app. The QR codes are scanned with entry into buildings as well, and it tells you if you're entering a high-risk area. This app has been launched for all Thai citizens recently, but it's not been a required download. However, they did require us to download it at the airport, me and my family and everyone boarding the plane. The third app that we had to download was called AOTAirports. And this app tracks your arrivals and departures every time you fly. The purpose is to inform you that if someone in the same flight as you was found to have contracted COVID, that the app would alert you of this, and then I assume ask you to self-quarantine or give you some suggestion of what is expected of you. When we arrived in Chiang Mai, we were required to download yet a fourth application. This one was called CMchana, and it's a specific application for Chiang Mai. Now this app asks you what seat you were on the plane, where you're traveling in Chiang Mai, who you're traveling with, and how many days of travel are expected. Basic questions so they can track you if you become infected, and they can notify people in Chiang Mai as well as other passengers on your flight. Now when I arrived at the hotels in Chiang Mai, each of them asked me how long I was planning on staying in Chiang Mai, when I arrived in Chiang Mai, some basic information, and they then notified the Chiang Mai Health Department this info. I must admit that some of these apps seem like they cross over each other just a little bit, and I guess the government is doing everything they can, and the provinces are doing everything they can to control the pandemic as best they can. So there's a lot of things that are changing very fast. Now I can hear some of you breathing in protest already, just the mention of a tracking or tracing application on your phone. It's a violation of your privacy or some violation of your civil rights, etc. Let me be clear. I respect the fact that I am a guest in the kingdom, and I must abide by what is asked of me while I'm staying in the kingdom, always remembering that I chose to be a guest here. And the purpose of this video is simply letting you know of my experiences traveling throughout the kingdom and the height of a worldwide pandemic. Now, for those of you that are thinking about visiting Thailand or on your way to visit Thailand, these are some of the things that are going to be required of you when you come. Now, how long these requirements last, I don't know. Some may change. There might be new ones. I think that the Thai government is just doing the best they can to try to control the spread of the virus. Which brings me to the last application that is now required for all visitors overseas who wish to enter the kingdom. Thailand Plus was released at the end of December to assist travelers and to make their journey into Thailand seamless. The app should be downloaded prior to your travel and the registration completed. This enables you to simply show a QR code to the Thai officers at the airport at your time of entry that you do indeed have all the required documents, your fit to fly, your COA, your insurance, etc. The app presents you colored QR codes, green for safe areas, yellow for low-risk areas, and red for high-risk areas. And in addition, if the app recognizes that you've been near a person that's infected with COVID-19, there will be a message recommending that you, quote, be investigated by a surveillance rapid response team as soon as possible, end quote. So the purpose of the app, other than to track you, is to provide you with a sense of security and confidence that will allow you to travel safely around Thailand to avoid any of these high-risk areas. The new required app goes on to say that this will be the, quote, new normal. Vaccine vacations. Now, vaccines seem to be the greatest new hope of activating the tourist industry again here in Thailand that has been particularly shattered by COVID-19. Thai tour operators are floating a new idea for a vaccine tour package to attract inbound travelers after the first inoculations are distributed in Thailand in February. Think about it like an STV, a special tourist visa with a vaccination included. Now, this idea is not set in stone, and there's been a lot of back and forth from the government as to the effectiveness of this new idea. And it's still in the early stages of discussion, mainly because of the uncertainties of how people are going to travel with a vaccine certificate. Now, personally, I'm not sure if this is viable because I don't think that Thailand can produce enough vaccines to attract enough tourists to make it a viable solution. And I think that most tourists will probably want to be vaccinated prior to travel to avoid getting infected during their travels. In addition, vaccines aren't really going to be distributed here until February. Okay, that's it for now. A lot of information to take in. If you guys got any questions for me, leave them in the comments below. I'll try to get back to you. I'll try to answer them as best I can. I'm not a specialist by any stretch of the imagination. Just trying to inform you of what's been going on here in my travels. If you like this video, give me a like. If you want to subscribe, hit subscribe button. I appreciate my new subscribers, all of you. Take care of each other. I'll see you in the next one.